Hi, I'm Rob Parnell, and this is Right Now. Objectivity and writing, or how the author disappears from view. There's a profound difference between a preacher and a commentator, a politician and a journalist, a spin doctor and a critic. And what is that? One word: agenda. The main reason why we don't always trust preachers, politicians and spin doctors is not that they lie, though clearly they do. It's just that they generally only give one side of the truth as they see it. In effect, their agenda dictates their message. A preacher, for instance, will tell you he has the facts and you'd better listen to him or watch out. A politician may want you to believe his version of the state of the economy, so he will deliberately withhold contrary facts, distort any opposing arguments and/or belittle his detractors. Sound familiar? The modern spin doctor will point out benefits to seemingly bad events or minimise the impact of bad news by diverting your attention to something else. All very clever, but is it right? If we're paying attention, we should be able to see these people's agendas at work and choose to either ignore what they say, take them with a pinch of salt, or perhaps agree, because they reflect our own agendas. But what about opposing views? Don't they need a hearing too? If we, as consumers, are to make wise decisions based on the facts, we surely need to be able to see a situation from all angles, to appreciate all factors in order to view things with objectivity. Because only from wise decisions can our lives be enriched. As a writer, and therefore as a purveyor of truth, you need to be fair and objective. You mustn't hide from the truth or try to negate certain facts or play cheap tricks with words, even in fiction. The way to do this is to, as far as possible, remove yourself from the writing. A reader should not be constantly aware that there is an author trying to tell him or her something. You do this by effectively hiding your opinions and your agendas from the reader. If you, say, have a character with a particular agenda, it's important you have the opposing view outlined somewhere else in your text. It's not your job to force one view of the world onto your readers. You must gain their trust, and you can only do that by being seen to be objective. When you start to preach, then you'll lose the reader, I guarantee it. A good piece of writing will be a measured argument. It will contain both sides of a debate. When you choose a theme for your story, make sure you're going to show both sides of the issue. Your eventual story resolution may imply a certain truth, but you should not overtly suggest it is the only truth, or that you have some kind of monopoly on it. As a serious writer, it is your job to speak with authority, to imply that you have a kind of omniscient wisdom, that you see all, present all but without judgment, and that you are leaving the ultimate decision about what's right and wrong to your reader. For example, in an article for a magazine, the best way to speak with authority is to leave your more extreme opinions and your agendas out of the piece entirely. For example, if you're presenting an article recommending store items or different products, you can't be seen to favour just one, because you'll then be accused of having a vested interest or you're receiving some kind of kickback. But the same logic applies to fiction. You cannot be seen to favour one character's viewpoint to the exclusion of all the others. I guess what I'm talking about is balance. On a simplistic level, where you have bad guys, you need heroes. Where there is evil behaviour, you need salvation. Where there is war and despair, you need hope. On a practical level, where you have characters that espouse extreme views, you need other characters that endorse contrary views, so that you don't get accused of using your writing as a platform for sermonizing. As far as you can, strive for balance in your writing. Whenever you feel tempted to make an issue of one of your own personal agendas, think it through. Try to imagine and incorporate the opposing view. I think you'll find your writing will be stronger for it. Of course, the one exception where you're allowed to express biased opinions is advertising. In fact, it's where all the rules of good objective writing are deliberately thrown out the window. But that's for another article to come. come later, no doubt. Keep writing. Comments, suggestions, ideas for articles, let me know. See you soon.